Good evening, everyone. Nice to have everyone. Okay, I don't know. Maybe from your own end, it can be in the morning, it can be in the afternoon. Okay, whichever way, you're welcome to my channel. And the first thing I will always say is that please subscribe, please. Ejo. Ejo means please. Okay, so this is GBP JPY, and whenever I want to trade this particular pair, all you just have to do is to focus on the recent price movement. What do I mean? I mean that just look for the recent highs and the recent low, and this is the recent high, this is a recent high, this is a recent high, and this let me try to adjust the slab properly. So this is the recent high and this is the recent low. And one thing I want to say at the moment is that this market is actually moving to the upside. For now, it's currently moving to the upside. And there are many things that I want us to consider. And one of my reasons is that the market has taken out this particular sell side liquidity here. And whenever the sell side liquidity is being raided, then definitely the market is going to the upside. Whenever the sell side is raided, shows that the market is moving to the upside, and you can see it. This sell side has been raided, and since then it has been pushing to the upside just to clear this buy side liquidity. And if you pay attention very well, it has happened. So it has cleared this buy side liquidity now, which means that we might have a short sell back into this recent low, recent high, which means that we're going to have a sell back into this area if possible. If this area can be violated, definitely we're having the market going to the downside. And one thing about this market is that it does not move on a straight line. You will never see the price moving on a straight line. If you're going to see the market moving on a straight line, it shows that maybe there's just something, maybe a news. And even at that, the market is definitely going to come and retrace. It simply means that whenever there's an expansion, definitely we surely have a retracement. So having this at the back of our mind, we can just let's pay attention to this particular recent movement. Now, one thing about this market is that, okay, before I continue with that analysis, let me just show something. Let me chip it in so that, yeah, I know it can help someone here. You know, this is it. Market moves from liquidity to liquidity, and this is what I mean. This is what I mean. This is what I mean. Now, the buy side majorly at the elementary level is always at the top. Like the buy side liquidity is always here, while the sell side is always at the low. So, which means that the market moves from liquidity to liquidity, which means that if the buy side is rated, definitely we are selling to the sell side. Or if the sell side is rated first, definitely we are buying to the buy side liquidity now. So, this is what I mean. So, now we having this movement, the market has cleared it. We can see it. So buy side rated, since buy side has been rated, definitely the market is coming for this sell side. We can see it, sell side being rated. Since sell side has been rated, so it implies to us that the market is planning to move to the upside as well. So we can start seeing something like this, maybe something like a structure or something that clears the structure. We can see it, sell side rated again. You can see a sell side rated again. So here's a sell side. It has been rated. So if the sell side has been rated, definitely we are waiting for the market to come and give us something like a structure here. We had a structure, like a structure break. Then when we had a structure break, this is it, a structure break. So having this structure break, definitely we may have a pullback. And this is one of the best entry model. You definitely see pullback, and this pullback majorly is just an English. We can call it a liquidity. It's just a liquidity. And one thing is that liquidity is the engineer of price movement, so it moves the price. And if you pay attention very well, we find out that this particular liquidity needs to be rated now, which means that this is a sell side liquidity. Remember, this is a liquidity sweep. Then we add a break of structure here. So when we add a break of structure, now there's a need for the market to clear this low. And when we observe it very well, this low was cleared. So whenever we see this kind of pattern, just know that it's not going to fail. It will never fail. Now, so the market came into this particular area that looked like a support zone, and inside the support zone, it looks like an order block is there. Then we mark the zone properly just for our entry. Yes, that zone is for our entry, and the market pushed to the upside. Then since then, it has been going up. So now one thing is that this kind of model rarely fails. It does not fail. So as long as it aligns with the other flow. As long as it aligns with the other flow. Now, if you pay attention here, you can see this liquidity, it has been raided. Then we had an expansion, which looked like a break of market structure. The market cleared this particular liquidity, and which means that we have an entry, and the market pushed to the upside, and in which we are still expecting the market to come to this particular zone. And now, when we look at it very well, we have every tendency that the markets will definitely come for a little push, like a retracement inside that breaker level, and then the market push to this zone. Then we had a push to this particular zone, and which means that the buy side has been raided. So that the buy side has been raided does not mean that the market will start selling instantly. We need a structure. A structure, we need a structure that confirms that we are bearish. Though there are still some things that we have to put into consideration before we start selling. There are many things that we have to consider. We can't just sell for the fun of it. There are many things that we have to put into consideration. But one thing you should know is that whenever liquidity is raided, either as long as the buy side is rated first, it means that we are selling. If the sell side is rated first, it means that we are buying. All we just have to do is to look for a daily time frame or a weekly time frame that has this kind of bias. And the next thing to do is that we should agree to look for a structure that's suiting, or the narrative that's suiting into our bias. So this is it. So let's look at this particular chart. And if you pay attention to me, I'm only focusing on the recent price movement, and this is what I'm focusing at the moment. All you just have to do is that when you go to your weekly time frame, mark your recent low, mark your recent high. So after getting that, you can, if you observe this, if you observe very well, it looks as if that we had an expansion, but it is not really aggressive. It is not really aggressive, but at the moment we are going to consider it because of the nature of the things I want to discuss. And when we observe this expansion, I said something initially. I said that whenever there's an expansion, there must definitely going to be a retracement. If we have an expansion, you don't have to make decision at that moment, but it's giving you an idea of where the market is going exactly. Now, when we look at this structure, this expansion properly, and we pay attention to what exactly is happening inside the zone, we find out that we already have something that look like a bullish movement on a weekly time frame. The first week, the second week, the third week. Now we're having a new week. Now this is a week. Now it looks like a retracement has started. Then the market started forming another week, which means this week. Now we started having a selling retracement, which means that now our order flow has changed from being a bullish movement to a bearish movement. Now, when we look at this expansion, the market is planning to give us a retracement, like a retracement. Now, if you are going to pay attention to this, it is very needful for us to know what exactly is happening at the moment, because now the order flow, if you pay attention, this is a new leg. You can see this high. Now going to this downside, we are having a new leg already, which means to us that this market is planning to sell, is selling already. Then let's go to our daily time frame and see what exactly is happening. Now this is it. This is our daily time frame. This is our daily time frame. So let me try and take away this lab. So now here is it. Now all you just have to do is just focus on what is happening currently, and one of it is that we can see liquidity that is being raided here. You see liquidity being raided. Remember what I said initially? I said that whenever the sell side, whenever the buy side is raided, definitely the market is coming for this particular sell side at the moment, and this is it. So the market clearing this buy side, coming for this particular sell side. So having said that, then let's just omit the 4 hours time frame and focus on this 1 hour time frame. So now we've had some aggressive movement in the market, and it is very, very clear here that whenever the liquidity is raided, after liquidity, the next thing is structure. And if we pay a close attention to it, we find out that we had a structure. We had a break of structure here. We had a break of structure. So here's a break of structure. Here's a break of structure. We had it being broken. So after this break of structure, we had a retracement back into this other block. That would have been the first entry point for us. Then we had this. So one thing you should know is that whenever there is a break of structure, just wait. The market is coming back. It's coming back to do something that is very, very favorable. Now this is it. Liquidity sweep. You can see, remember what I said, liquidity sweep. This one cleared out this particular high, then we had a structure break. Then the market came back to retrace into this other block. That was the beginning. Then after that moment, we had another break of structure here. We have another break of structure. After we had this break of structure, the market came back to come and retrace for another selling opportunity. Then since then we had an aggressive breakdown. So the market sold. Imagine selling from here, the market moves to this particular point. Remember, we are still following this our bias. And what is the bias? Whenever the sell side is traded, the market is definitely coming for this particular when the buy side is traded, the market is definitely coming for this particular sell side. So the market has been doing that. And that is what one thing is that just you can see it here. This is a low, this is a high, a recent low, a recent high, and the market came back to come and test it. That was when we had a push from this particular point to this area for the buy. Then after that moment, the market cleared this liquidity. Then the market is pushing back into this liquidity. Know it very well. The market is moving from liquidity to liquidity. It is not just the product of being overbought or being oversold alone, but rather the market is moving from liquidity to liquidity. Now, having said this, so let's go back to our 1 hour time frame again and to see what exactly is going on. Then after that, we had this, we had a structure break. We had a structure break. So after we had a structure break, I would have suggested that this market should have cleared this particular high to have a proper sweep. But let's just consider this particular sweep. So we had a sweep. Then after we had this sweep, then there was a break of structure. Now remember, I was showing us something initially. I said that whenever you have a sweep like this, in markets, when you have a sweep, when you have a sweep, one thing is that whenever there's a sweep, just pay attention. This is it. You have a sweep. Now we had a sweep. Then after the sweep, we had a break of structure. We had a break of structure. After we had this break of structure, this is it, a break of structure. So after we had a break of structure, remember one thing I said is that there will definitely going to be something that look like a pullback. So after we had this pullback, you can see the market doing this, then coming back again to clear this particular zone. Market did that. The market cleared this particular zone. You can see it. The market cleared this particular high. Then it's planning to come to the downside. So now that was when the market starts selling, and normally we should have sell inside this particular bearish order block. So now if you pay attention to what I've said, now let's look at the live chart. You see what I'm trying to show you. Now let's go to the live chart. Let me try and delete this. I'm trying to delete this. Try and delete this. I want to show you what exactly just happened, so that you can know that all of these things, they are actually easy and it's possible. I'm not saying that forex is easy, but you can make it easy. So now here is it. Let me consider the 30 minutes just for visibility purpose. Now it started like this. So it started like this. Now pay attention. We had a liquidity here, a sweep. We had a sweep here. So after we had a sweep, we had a break of structure. We had a proper break of structure here. So after we had this break of structure, the market came back to come and touch this other block. And since then, the market has been going down. Then after that moment, let's now look at what exactly happened inside this particular zone. So let's use 15 minutes time frame to get some things. So here is it. Now we have some liquidity that was raided. We have some sweep, some important sweep here. We have some sweep here. So we had this sweep. We had this break of structure. We can see this break of structure, and then the market tap into this particular order block for a selling opportunity. Though it was quite unfortunate that I could not pick the trade. Why? The reason was because I missed the entry. But I can show you that this is it. So after that, if you remember what I was saying, that something like a pullback. Now this is it. We had a break of structure. The market created this high. It looks like a pullback, and see, here is it. So here is it. The market cleared this pullback for it to move this entry, and we can see it. The market from there, we have the market pushing to the downside. Since then, market has been going to the downside. So this would have been a perfect place to place your entry inside this particular order block. And since then, it has been going down, it has been going down, and you can see it's still going down, still going down. So let's see, let's check another pair. Okay, now this is, let's check another pair. Okay, permit me to, okay, let's look at USD JPY. USD JPY. Now, if I'm going to focus on the daily time frame, and this is what I'm going to do. If it is me, what I just have to do is, let me look for the recent high and the recent low first. The recent high and the recent low. That is all I need. Now, this is how it started. Now we had this particular movement here. We had this low. We had this high. So this low, this particular low, this particular high. Remember what I said initially? I said that whenever there's an expansion, there must be a retracement. Whenever there's an expansion, there must be a what? A retracement back into that same zone. There must be a retracement back into that same zone. And if you notice, the market came back to come and touch this other block. Then since then, the market has been pushing to the upside. So which means that we are expecting the market to clear this high. So that was our point. That is what we are interested in seeing. Then let's go to our 4 hours time frame and see what exactly has been happening in the market. And so this is it. Now we had this. Let me try and delete the slab. Okay. So then we had a liquidity sweep here. We had a liquidity sweep here. Then after that we had a break of structure. So when we had a break of structure, the market came back to come and retrace this particular fair value gap. Market came to come and touch this fair value gap. Since then, it has been moving to the upside. So since then, the market has been moving to the upside. So it would have make more sense whenever you see this liquidity sweep, the market clearing this liquidity, rather than expansion. Remember, whenever there's an expansion, there must be retracement, and this is a break of market structure. So definitely, we are expecting the market to tap into this particular zone for a continuation, and you can see it. The market expanded to the upside, and since then, it has been going up. And now this is a 1 hour. Let's go to a 1 hour time frame. Now we have a 1 hour time frame movement, and we want to see the reaction of the price. And even if we observe it very well, we already had, let's do some things here. So we had a break of structure here. So on a 1 hour time frame, we already had a break of structure. We already had a break of structure. We already had a break of structure, and you can see a liquidity, sell side liquidity rated. There's a sell side rated. Now, which means that the market is pushing to the upside. Then the market came back to come and retrace into this particular zone. Then for our bullish entry, then since then the market has been pushing to the upside. And if you pay attention very well, the market did not come for the stop loss here. So which means that whenever you have an expansion, your stop loss, your logical stop loss should be below the low. So your stop loss should be here, below, should be here. Then after that, if you are going to pay attention, something is happening already here. We can see a break of structure here. Then let's go to 30 minutes time frame. Now here's a 30 minutes time frame. So I'm expecting this particular movement to happen. So I'm expecting this market. You can see we had a sweep here already. We had a sweep. So if we have a sweep here, definitely I want to see the market coming back into this area. I want to see the market coming back into this order block. I want to see the market coming back to that place. But I will love it if we can have a pullback then before the market moves to the upside. So the market tap into this zone, then push into the upside. So now this is all we need as a trader. Now the first thing is that make sure that you are paying attention to your higher time frame. Let the higher time frame be what guides your entry. Now, for example, your higher time frame is just for you to get the buyers to know the direction of the market. So when the higher time frame gives you the direction, then you have an idea where the market is going to. Then the next thing is for you to look for the narratives that supports that. So when you get the narrative that supports that, now the next thing is to join the move. So this is what I have for today, and I want everybody to follow me, subscribe for more content. You can put a notification button on from your hand so you'll be able to have access to my videos because I promise to be dropping content all the time. Like I'm not saying every day, I'm trying to say that subsequently I'll be dropping content, and if you are interested in learning, you will definitely have accurate knowledge here. So thank you so much. Nice to have everyone here, and make sure that you subscribe. Thank you.